Okay, I'm Rami Moukarzel. I'm 31 years old and I'm coming from Lebanon. First, I studied graphic design. I did a bachelor in Lebanon. I didn't like it. So I did it for 3 years and I had to be able to take my bachelor, I had to do a master's. This is the system that. So I did my master's, and at the same time, because I didn't like it, I studied cinema for 2 years. For sure, I don't consider myself a graphic designer or a director or anything, but I like to do art in general. Yeah, actually, I started studying architecture. I did 1 semester, and then I didn't like it. And I thought about graphic design. Why not? I didn't know what's graphic design. It's something that everybody was doing, and it's related to art, to design. Because I was so innocent, I didn't really know what I wanted. I was so bad in school, and I used to like art. I used to like drawing classes, and yeah, I went into graphic design. Maybe graphic design is good, but the way we learned it is bad, because it's they just teach you how to work in a company, how to be a graphic designer. That is, yeah, maybe I should have done art only. this is, but it's fine. I learned a lot from it. It's always, I never regret doing something in my studies. Maybe everything I did, I don't really work in it, but the way I work now is very related to what I studied in the past. So it's always good. Even the tools in graphic design that they teach you and the way you should be working, you use them in your way, in your way of creation, of creating something. In cinema, I don't like working in linear story or fiction film, or I like creating very thoughtful things. So I always experience with the tools I have to create something. It's not the opposite. It's not that I write something, then I work on it. Yeah, so I try to use everything to be able to create my art in a way. Usually in Lebanon, you finish school at 18, 17, and you go to university at 18. Yeah, at 18 I started. But this is so sad. This is what I think, that I feel that in Europe you have a sabbatic year, for example. You can just take your time deciding what you really want to do. But in Lebanon, it's not the case. It's not the system. It's the society shapes you in a way that you should finish school, you should study, you should finish your study, you should get a job, you should finish a job, you should keep on working, find someone, get married. It's so traditional. It's not everywhere, but you don't really know. And I'm sure there's a lot of people, until now, they don't really know what they want to do when they finish school. But this is the way they should start. Or it's been very long that I want to travel and study outside, or experience life living outside of Lebanon, because I traveled a lot, but I never lived in a country to experience this thing. And I was pushing it so much. I don't know why. Maybe it's related to my comfort. Maybe I was scared. Maybe I don't know why. But at some point, I felt there was a lot of things happening in Beirut, in Lebanon, and I said to myself that I want to leave, because after it's like the country pushed me. after the explosion that happened in Lebanon and after the economical crisis, the revolution happening, I said that if it's not now, when I will go. And then I left without even thinking if I'm gonna study, if I'm gonna work. I just left because I was lucky to have the visa, the tourist visa to Europe, the Schengen visa. Yeah, in Lebanon before, when I finished school, I didn't work in a company. I refused to work in it because I feel that it's not something that I want to be sitting behind a laptop or computer just doing logos or doing identity, or even working in a production house. I didn't like this approach. The way I was living is I was trying to take small projects in film. For example, I work in many fields. In cinema, for example, I work in sound department. I work as a as a camera operator, as a editor, and I worked in many things. And at the end, I was working as an assistant director. But I wasn't happy because it's not what I wanted. It was just for the money. But at the side, I was doing my art. I was creating things that I like to create. I was trying to sell, to be able to live from this. But in Lebanon, it's so hard to live because they don't understand this concept, how you're not working. It's so yeah, when I came here, that's why it was hard for me to find a job, because my portfolio, I have a very rich portfolio, but with my own project, I did many residencies, I did many artist residencies, I did many collaborations, but it's a very personal project. It's some things that are not corporate work. So yeah, I can't apply to any company. I don't have, they won't accept me just from my personal work. So I said, okay, maybe I should study. So I started looking for school in Lyon first. I didn't find anything because the system is very rough. And then I remember that when I was in Lebanon, maybe 1 year ago, I was looking as well for program outside, and I remember that I found something in Belgium. So I went back to this page, and I found this program, and this is why I applied, and they accepted me, and then I came here. I studied 7 years already, and now I'm still studying. For me, it's not about the studies anymore. It's about that, okay, how can I benefit from this as much as I can? Passing or having good grades, or I don't really care about this. It's just I really want to use, again, take these tools that I don't even find not interesting. I find them interesting, but I don't like working in this field as a social media manager. I don't like these things. I want to be an artist, and I want to do my art, and I want to talk with the society with my art, but I'm trying to use these tools that I'm learning, like augmented reality, virtual reality, into my art. So this is the way I function. I want to try to adapt these tools to create something new. It's not about, really, there's a lot of things I'm studying in this program that I know, and I know that I'm not interested in them, but it's fine. I'm trying to take the best out, to make the best out of it. I think here artists are, I don't want to say it this way, that art is more appreciated. At least, I'm not saying in Lebanon it's not, but at least at this moment in life. Because in Lebanon, there's a lot of good artists, and the art scene is it's big, and people, it's a place where you can create a lot because of the conflicts happening around you. but you can create for who? You can create for you can create for yourself, but nobody have the time to see it or to look at what you're doing. And I feel that maybe my first maybe here I just have more access to this. I have more access to be able to do what I like to do. And yeah, maybe the society in Lebanon will judge you because what they will look at you and say, "What are you doing? What are you doing in your life?" It's they don't see if you're not working like you should be working in a company. And even I'm saying it now, it's like this is incorporated in me. So it's yeah, I think here it's more appreciated. Let's put it this way. How will I do it? I don't know. I have to work at some point, and I'm working. And I always say that I would like to work in something that has nothing to do with art, to be able to just keep this creation for myself, for my art, and don't waste my energy thinking about a concept or creating something for something that I don't relate to, and I don't. Why I want to create a net for a company that I don't believe in this company. So I would like to put my work into a social context, like mental health, for example, and create these kind of projects. But I don't mind earning my money from somewhere else completely different. My relationship with art helped me so much. It's something that I should mention, that I lived in Lebanon. I was living alone for 6 years, maybe. I had a very small place where it was even outside of Beirut. And I really had the time to be with myself and discover myself. So I think this is where I spend all my time creating and doing things that I love doing. I think my life is my art. There's no relation. My art is me. It's part of. Even in my art, I talk about the steps I'm going through. I talk about personal things, and it's a good question because it's been maybe. When I was in Lebanon, I was always trying to understand why I want always to talk about myself. It's really, this is what I felt. And then I felt it's not, I can talk about myself. I felt that I want to talk about myself, but it's fine, but I want to put it in a context. I want people to relate to what I'm talking to. And I couldn't find a way how to put it in a social context again. So here I'm trying. I maybe because I have more time now from the struggles of life happening in my country. I'm trying to do some projects related to social issues, and I think I'm already there. I'm trying to get out of my comfort, of my cocoon, So yeah, I think. But yeah, my art is me, and it will always it will be me because I'm doing it. It's even if it doesn't look like me, but it's coming out of me. I want to tell something through it. I think everybody can be an artist, but it's because art is not about. It's again, it's a way of thinking. It's just it can be in anything. It's not related to one specific label that is I don't know, cinema or video or drawing, or it can be anything. And I think the way to be able to find it is to go in you. You will find it's just in you somewhere. You have to just let it be. Let it out in a way. I can suggest to the people that want to do art and they never did, if they want to, they will find a way. It's impossible that they won't find it if they really want to. And if they don't not finding it, it means that they are not ready. They don't want to. I don't think an artist is about creativity. It's about, because the experience that the person lives in his life, during his life, it's art. You're telling a story through how you live, and each person is unique in a way, and it's impossible that there is no artist in everyone. A doctor, for sure, you don't have a routine to wake up in the morning, do your tea. This is art because it's structured in a way that you can create something out of it. You can make it something interesting. If the artist is a long life learner, because there is always something to. It's the way you perceive things, the perspective from where you're looking at things makes you. It's always a learning experience, whatever I'm doing. And this is life, and it's always a learning experience. I'm doing a job that is very mechanical. I'm packing things. It's not art, but for me it's art because it's a learning experience. Maybe I'm learning more than being in school, because you're learning how to be with yourself in this place. It's not about what you're doing. It's about you in this place, how you will create a comfort, or how you will create a certain to be in this place at this moment. It will make you think about a lot of things. Every experience in life, or everything you do in life, you can learn something out of it. It can be a learning experience. If you're learning physically like we're doing now, or if you're just doing anything, walking on the street, looking at the buildings, this is something that you can maybe give you more than a course of Illustrator. I didn't miss Lebanon as it is. I miss the people, and I miss the country itself, the sun, the sea, the beautiful vibes between people. But I don't miss this chaos, the struggle, that's survival mode.